Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign. If you are the host, press star now. Otherwise, please enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash. If you do not know your PIN, please enter pound or hash. Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign. If you are the host, press star now. Otherwise, please wait and you will be joined. Please enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash. If you do not know your PIN, please enter pound or hash. Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign. If you are the host, press star now. Otherwise, please enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash. Thank you. There is one host in this conference.
Curtis Carnard.
Hey, Curtis.
Hi.
See the screen? There should be a chat icon on the upper middle of your screen. You can click on that if you want to and see a chat module pop up.
Muted. Unmuted.
The chat module's up in the middle of the screen here. If you click on that, it should show up on the right side. and you can just type in hi whenever it shows up. All right, we'll get started here in about a minute. Whoever's connected will start up. So if we have Carrie connected, Carrie, if you see a chat module in the middle of your screen at the top, you can click on that.
Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
Hi.
You can click on the chat module on the top of your monitor. It should pop up a module that says chat, and you can type in just by saying hi there.
Noah.
No, as soon as you get in, you can click on the little chat module at the top middle of your screen to see the chat messages. You can also hear me, but you can type messages in there if you want to.
Okay.
We'll get started here in about a minute. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Emma just joined. And this is being recorded as well. If you've never been a part of a conference online thing, there should be a microphone somewhere on your screen. It'll, if you click on it, it'll mute your microphone if you don't want to, you know, if you don't want me to hear your background noise or whatever, you can do that. It's up to you. Or you can keep it on and then just unmute it whenever you want to say something. That's fine. All right, I'm going to go and get started. Appreciate everybody joining online. It is kind of a precursor. Starting next semester in the fall, both spring and fall, we'll be offering the this class and also Android class both online as well as 270. So the entire mobile app development certificate can be taken online. So it's good practice, I guess, for you, especially those that haven't had Android yet. If you're taking it next semester, that'll be completely online. And so a couple of things I want to make note of before we get started as far as help for you was, I know a number of you do not have a Mac, and I helped, I think, Curtis last weekend to get Mac installed on his Windows machine. And so I'm looking here at the modules at the top of our course, and installing Mac on Windows is an option where you can install Mac on a Windows OS using VMware. Takes about a 2-hour process to complete it. Also, there is a Mac on Windows is the name of the service. I think I have it in here. A few of you are using that as well. And that's an online version of where you can develop through Xcode. Basically, it's an online Mac environment. Mac and Cloud is what it's called. And it's starts out for student academic pricing is $16.99 a month for 3 hours a day. I have used it a number of times in a pinch when I didn't have a Mac or was in between things. And a number of students have used it over the years, and it's a really robust service. I do recommend it. It's not real pricey. And again, if you don't want to come on campus or can't afford a Mac, this would be an option. Also, on the install of Xcode or Mac OS on a Windows VMware, you do have to have an Intel processor for that to work. So that was just a kind of something I thought I'd mention. Also want to mention Tech Expo coming up. I'll go to the website here. Tech Expo is currently taking RSVPs. It's 21 days from now. So if you just go to rbctechexpo.com, or I believe it's at the homepage of my RBC, should be a pop-up for that as well. You just click there, it'll take you right to the RSVP registration page. Doesn't cost anything to join. It's Tuesday, October 23rd, 6 to 8. Location is in the RBC atrium. And I definitely recommend you to take part. There'll be local companies hosting tables. We'll also have a keynote speaker talking about IT jobs in the area. The companies, you'll be able to walk around and gather information about internships and such that they might have to offer. So vote yourself to that. So this week, put in your announcement that you don't need to be in class tonight if you don't have Xcode at home or a Mac, because we're going to go over in the in-class the prototype that's due this week, prototype app, we'll talk about that. And the master detail that's generally in class, I have created a video for this already. I haven't put a link up here yet for it. But basically, you're just going to fork and this my fave repo to your repo, like I've done on this example here. You will download 8 images of your choice. Make sure they are JPEGs. You'll put them into the images group in the app. Rename the images to the images that you downloaded. Spaces are okay. You will replace the list array in the master view controller.swift. Test the app and then upload the app in GitHub. Right after this session tonight, there will be a link here at the top for the video, the screencast. So avail yourself to that. That's not due till next Monday. When you're finished, I'll just have you link, as always, your GitHub repo below. Again, it's just more practice on master detail, which is the #1 type of app that you'll create in mobile app. What we're going to do while we're in session tonight is the final app edition for prototyping. What prototyping is all about is basically creating an online or paper version of an app to where your clients can look at to say, yeah, I like this, no, change this, stuff like that. So before creating an app in Xcode or even in Android environment, it's a good idea to create a prototype, kind of like manufacturing does with products on the market. They'll create a prototype, whether it's a 3D printer or whatever. One of the tools that we're going to use this week is called Fluid UI, where you can create a mock-up prototype that I'll show you an example in a second how to do. where your clients, again, that you're working for, developing an app, can get feedback, make UI changes before you ever start beginning coding in Xcode. So the online tool is called Fluid UI. The sample prototype, you'll create a simple prototype for your final app this week. Once you're finished, you will submit it here. And so let me just jump to a prototype. This is an app we're creating on campus now. Some of you are helping me with for the speech department. It's fluidui.com. It's free registration. You'll notice I have in here 6 pages. When I click on any one of the pages, I can come over here and add in a number of different components. It has in here wireframe, which basically is what it sounds like. It's kind of a generic mobile objects is probably the best way to put it. Wireframe's an option. The one iOS, since we're developing in iOS this semester, you can use that as well. And you'll notice all the different types of objects you can put in there. Like in this example here, I have a title bar up here that has the, signal strength. It's got RVC speaker code, battery. That's found over here. I just drug it over here. This is an image that was found, I believe, down here somewhere that I modified. I might have brought that over. I think I brought that over from the frame. I think I might have got that from the wireframe. Yeah, I believe it was this one right here I brought over. Nope, this one right here. Brought that over. This is just dummy text. Let's see, right there. Just bring a text over there. And then down here is a navigation bar. And I'll show you where that one's at. And you don't have to use these. I'm just giving you an example of how I did this one. So I drug it over here and started manipulating it. Now, one of the cool things you can do too is on each one of these objects, you can link it to another page on the layout. So as you can see here, the star in between these means these are linked. So let me just show you a preview of this, and I'll show you how to add a page and add some objects to it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to preview. It'll load here in a second, here in the middle of my page. And then I can click on each one of these links, and you'll see it goes to different pages in the prototype. Everything's online. There's nothing for the client to download. And functionality is just here. I'm just going to different pages. That's all I'm doing. Everything else in here is static information. It's basically so the client can see the layout, make sure it looks good the way they want it, and the way they want to for it to react or to look like. And so let me show you how easy it is to create a page and to link it. Let's do that. So I'll go back to edit. I'll click anywhere I'll click in a blank area here. Now there's a page right there. It added. I'll go ahead and double click on it. It brings it up into full view. And here's where I can start adding in content. So I'll go ahead and put up in here, maybe I want to put in here a search page or something, I don't know. As an example, maybe one of your apps is a search page. And maybe below that would be a web browser. If you can't find one you like here, we'll use this as an example. A little component I want to put in here, maybe searching different destinations or something. And at this point, it doesn't have to be exact in your layout. You're just doing layout functionality. And I'll throw in here a bottom bar to show you how easy that is, because that's pretty common in apps. I'll bring this one over and put that in the bottom. Now you'll notice it has 4 icons in here. If I click this plus symbol, I can add more. I can more icons down here. Then you'd have to go in and manipulate each one of these. Like the text is kind of finicky to edit, but I'll show you here real quick how to do it. Just double click on it, and then you can rename whatever. And then you can also add or add new icons as well. Now let me show you how to link it. I'm going to link this just for fun to the home page, this icon here. So I clicked on this. I went to the add link. And now I'm going to go to, you notice I can go home, contact, any one of the pages. I'll go to home. Come back to this, and let's just preview it. And I'm going to have to probably link that home page back because I don't have that one as a, let's make this a default. That's the other thing too. And you have multiple pages. You can go up to this gear icon, page setting, and make this the start page or the start page of your app, basically, which I'll make that just so you can see it. Now I'll hit preview and restart it. It should go the one I just set. So there's the one I just showed you how to create. And I'm going to click here to go to the home page. That's how simple it is. And before I forget, because I actually have somebody looking at this one, I'm going to go back and change this one back to the start page. And if I want to get rid of a page, which I'm going to on this one, I can click on it and come over here, and I can get rid of this page as well. I'll probably go to, oh, my trash can's out of use. Let me go put that in there. So there's a trash can right there, and click on that. I gotta drag it. And now it's gone. That's back to where it was. So whenever you're ready, you're done with yours, I believe it's a limit of 10 pages you have. What I suggest is create one page first, your home page, with all your navigation, how you want it to look. Then you can click on each page here and come up here to the top, and you can clone that page. Once you clone that page, especially if the navigation should hopefully be the same on all your pages, you'll just change the content in the middle and then link all of these bottom navigations per page. And you can see a whole bunch of these arrows that's going back and forth from page to page. So once you're finished, what you'll do is hit preview. Oh, just my desktop showing? Okay, Carrie, thank you. I will fix that. Let me fix that real quick here. Hang on. I'm going to stop sharing my desktop and re-share it. So hang on just a second. All right. Let me know if you see everything now. Yes or no? So Carrie, do you see everything now or no? Okay, we'll try it again. Let's see if I need to select. Okay, maybe I didn't select that. All right, that's maybe what it was I didn't do. Sorry about that. All right, now tell me if you can see everything. Can you see everything now, Carrie? Hopefully you can. I just checked it. All right, awesome. Thank you. All right. All right, cool. So I will go back then, since evidently this page wasn't being shared, and show you quickly Fluid UI here. And again, Fluid UI allows you to add up to 10 pages. It's a free account, fluidui.com. And once you create content, I suggest adding one page first, putting in the objects that you want. You can select iOS is what I usually use, or if you don't have an object in here in iOS, you can choose any of these. You have wireframe has different objects in it. Block frame has different objects in it. So there's no wrong way to select. You can even go to Windows if you find something in there you want. That's for Windows OS, or even material. Any of these you can select. Any of these all the way down to legacy even. So you get your objects in here the way you want it. Create your homepage first. Down here is a navigation that you can add as well, like I did here. And then each one of these can be manipulated to go to a different page. So if I click on this one, I can come up here and click on this add link and go to a different page if I want to. All right. And so once you're finished and let's say you've got like one page completed, but all of your pages are going to have the same navigation, you can come up here to the page icon and click duplicate or clone. What is going to happen when you hit clone? It's literally going to clone that page that you just created. All right. And then you can keep cloning it and then just change the content here and your links here at the bottom for your navigation. If you need to delete a page, like I'm going to delete this one that I just created, just click it and drag it to the trash can. And now it's gone. I'm going to hit preview. And when you hit share, the one I generally select is this reviewing available via web link. And it gives you a share web link. That's what you need to submit this week, is that share web link. And what it's going to do is give you the end user a view like this, basically, whenever they view your prototype app. And they'll be able to click on the links like I showed you earlier. Like so. And what you'll do is once you get that URL here, copy it, and you'll paste it here in the final app edition. So questions on that? I'll put the chat up if you don't want to talk. If you do want to talk, you can. Otherwise, I'll keep going. So everybody understand that as far as Fluid UI goes. I do have another podcast up here I left in there from last semester. It's a different Fluid UI, but same functionality as the one I just showed you. Also, there's a working link of the one I just showed you here in the example. So again, take your time when you're finishing it or when you're completing it, putting it together. Start out with one page, get that page how you want your app to look, and then you can dupe that page and make whatever changes you want to on each subsequent page. So that's the final app edition. I'll close this out. Next is discussion, as always, for the week. And I wanted to kind of look ahead on upcoming weeks we have coming up. Next week is week 8. We'll be doing core data with a backend database. Week 9 is files, how to launch PDF files externally and locally. Week 10 is application preferences, like having the ability to save username and password on a phone for security purposes, or maybe address or color scheme and things like that. Week 11 is we'll be doing video, how to play video on your device, both locally and externally. And then weeks 12, 13, and 14, 12 and 13 and 14, attendance is optional. You'll be working full-time on your app. I will be in class during those times to help. Week 15 is mandatory for a checklist. And then you'll be doing your final presentation on week 16. So we're wrapping up pretty quickly here. And that's why this week it's important to do the prototyping, because here in a few weeks, you're going to be working full-time on your app, full-time. So questions for anybody before we're done here? So again, week 7, the podcast for the master detail will be posted right above here. You're just going to fork and this my fave repo, download it to your desktop, make some changes to images, and submit the GitHub link when you're finished. That shouldn't take too long. And then the final app edition might take longer for sure. It's the first time you've used it. It is a simple prototype tool, but there's some getting used to where everything's located, how to drag things onto your screen, how to link your pages. But if you follow the example I gave you tonight, plus the podcast here that I left there from my semester, you should be okay. But as always, if you have questions, you can definitely shoot me an email. Appreciate everybody joining me online tonight. This is being recorded as well. It's in the modules in week 7. I believe I put the link in there already, and podcast 2. So if there's no other questions, thanks for joining. And if you have any questions, I will answer them as quickly as possible. I did post in your announcement that grades have been updated. If you have any late work yet to turn in, I will accept them through Sunday. I appreciate those that turned in your late work thus far. Those have been graded. And so, again, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, see everybody next week. Bye-bye.